Good afternoon, everyone out there in YouTube. Hey, Mark. Sorry, get a bit of feedback here. Hang on. Yeah, sorry about that. Welcome to Partickhill Station for a very impromptu broadcast. With the events of the last week, I've been reluctant to go live, and I thought I should try and squeeze a quick broadcast in. So thanks for dropping by. As usual, I know you've got lots of other opportunities and channels to watch, so I really appreciate you taking the time to come here. So what I've been doing most recently is I've been working on the track and the points so that I can improve the running, and as you can see, things appear to be going pretty well at this point. I've got an Intercity 125 and the E3001 pulling a rate of blue and grey Intercity coaches, and touch wood, all seems to be well. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one camera here, excuse the, as Barry Davis would say, excuse the camera work. So here's where I've got with the tunnel coming out of and entering the station. And what I've did is I've made the first steps to fill it in and temporarily put some buildings on there just to get an idea of how it's going to look here on the other side. So there's still a bit of work to do, but I think it looks okay filling in that one corner. See how it looks as the trains enter and disappear. So that's been the main focus. I've used black foam board for the main level here, and once I get a few more buildings selected, I'll get them in and go through the process of arranging something. But I thought that was a good move, add a bit of added value to the layout to get that tunnel in there. And as you see, this end of the layout is pretty busy, to say the least. Oh, sorry about that. Just knocked the camera off, just bear with me for a second. Anyway, let's have a look and see who's here. I know that Digger was in, so hi again, Digger, and Andrew Dobson. Yeah, Andrew, good to see you again. Thanks for dropping by. And Mark, of course, Mark's doing a fantastic job with his layout. Ever increasing value being added to it, looking great, and yeah, you get some nice long runs there, Mark. And of course, of interest to me is the fact that you've got a dedicated line for DC, I think, and that's a topic of interest that, you know, maybe we'll get around to asking a few questions like how do you make sure there's no crossover there? Is it an issue or is it not? Oh, Clive, how are you today? How's your eye? Yeah, always unpleasant people messing with their eyes. As I said to you, I've got something they call narrowing angles, and you know, I had laser treatment on it, and I go back every 6 months now for them to check it. And I've got an appointment coming up within the next couple of months. Hopefully that will turn out okay. Yeah, Mark, I'll probably take you up on that offer of doing a Zoom call, just to have a chat in a different level of detail. See if I missed anybody. Yeah, it's always interesting to know how many people are actually watching. And as I've said before, you know, there are people on YouTube that don't necessarily show up here. You know, on the screen right now, it tells me there are 4 people viewing and chatting, but you know, if I went into YouTube, I'd probably find there would be a few more. Anyway, yeah, the whole topic of DCC is like a black hole. Although, you know, I was watching New Junction, and Richard gave a very good explanation of his approach, and you know, he showed how he put his droppers in and how he was getting it set up, and I found that quite informative. And as I said to Mark the other week, I had a line on a few locos, and I thought they were DCC. Now the guy's got, you know, a handful of steam left, but a bunch of EWS locos, different classes, and he wanted $60. I thought, that's an incredible deal. But before I jumped in the car and went out there, and it would take me about an hour to get there, I thought, one last question. Can you confirm, are your locos digital DCC? And he replied, no, they are DC. So I decided that even at $60, I should not go and buy more DC locomotives. Good afternoon or good evening, Alan Reynolds. Always nice to have you on here. And I know it's hard to drag you away from your own layout with all that wiring. And you know, I think what would be a great idea, Alan, is if you just set aside one video and said, okay lads, this is how I wired the layout, and here is the logic behind it. Hey Bernie, thanks very much for dropping by, Bernie. Love what you're doing. So for Bernie, let's talk about StreamYard. So you're doing a great job, everything looks great, and as I said to you, I'm using StreamYard and you can see that. Now on Cam 1, that is the Logitech Brio, and on the other one, Cam 3, that's the Logitech 920. Or it was. Sorry, I should rephrase that. On Cam 3, I have my iPhone 11. And the iPhone 11 is invited in via the clipboard as an invitation. I'm not sure how long it lasts because it wasn't fully charged. But you know, I do have the two Logitechs plugged in, but for some reason the 920 has dropped off. I won't worry about that at the moment because I've got two reviews to record. So anyway, as I said, you know, I had at one point thought about making the quantum leap into OBS, but you know, at first glance it seemed problematic, and as both you, Bernie, and Alan have found out, yeah, it's pretty complicated. But then, you know, I was chatting with you about my daughter's partner, who's a bit of an expert on these things, and he provided me with a list of instructions which should make it easier. Bernie. Yeah, no, I agree. Now, I was paying the $25 a month for the upgraded service, but you know, I got to a point where I wasn't able to do sufficient numbers of videos to substantiate the $25. Not that it's a lot of money, it's just that I didn't see the point in just handing out money for nothing. So it was, it's turned out for those of you who took heed and went to Streamlabs for OBS, it may have been less problematic, but as Bernie points out, there is it's much easier to use StreamYard. White Wall Wheels. Good afternoon, and I'm just going to show you something here if I can. So there is the maroon Black 5 that I've been doing a bit of work on, and as you can see, I've already installed the crew. I've got lamps that I'll put on and I'll varnish the coal to improve the look, and then vacuum pipes. I might get guitar wire if I don't have any. Now, I'm also in the process of I've contacted Landslides of Cardiff with a list of parts that I need for a variety of locomotives that I'm in the process of repairing, fixing, whatever. And I hope you can see it. That clip there for the Ringfield motors. Well, I didn't realise that there were two different sizes. And on one of them, I think it's one of my APTs, I found that I had the wrong size clip in there. So that is among the many items that I've ordered from Landslides. They sent me a note saying you're backed up badly and it might be 21 days before they can get to it. But that's okay, I'm not in a hurry for these things. But yeah, just all the little odds and ends that I need for a number of locomotives here that need a bit of repair. So I'm having a small layout with dreams of it being bigger. As I've said before, it has some challenges. And let me just see if I can get this back online. Yeah, so it has its challenges, and the one being the one being storage. So, as you know, the one end I've got the station, and at the other I have 3 loops in each direction. And I've been utilising those loops for storage. And this is what happens when you've got Yeah, so this is the type of thing that happens when you've got a small layout and you're trying to put as much on as you can. Yeah, just hang on here. Run into a little bit of a problem. Bear with me. Yeah, so all it takes is for one coach to go off, not pick up properly. And just give me a second here, I'm struggling with this. Yeah, a few issues here, but we'll carry on until I get this resolved. I'm just saying that, you know, the layout's pretty crowded. That might not allow me to optimize it. Um, and it's just, as I said, you know, like having a small layout with dreams of running big trains is a challenge. Um, and the perfect example is just trying to get the cameras to work properly. And that's where I am at the moment, kind of stuck on this one. Yeah, metal rims sometimes could be an issue. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I'm just trying to get back online. We'll get there shortly. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, there you go. So we're back online. Yeah, as I said, little things like um, one of the front bogie wheels just coming off track a little bit is enough to upset the horse and the cart. There we are. I was speaking about, or trying to speak about Streamlabs and StreamYard. Well, I started out with StreamYard because it appeared to be simple to use. But in the early days, I just found it difficult trying to get more than one camera working. But that was resolved pretty quickly. And so, here we are today. Bernie's doing his, and it's excellent, looks great. And Alan, I guess Alan's still trying to resolve some issues. Yeah, all these little issues that you have to be aware of. Very complicated. Even your standard, well, there you go. Even your standard couplings are a challenge. I just find that you have to every now and again give them all a quick look over. Hi Tom Houston, good to see you here, Tom. We're just discussing hooks, couplings. I seem to have a problem with this one here. So if with the various manufacturers like Mainline, Danpol, Hornbeat, Rima, Backman, etc., trying to hook wagons up can be a bit challenging. I'm just going to change that out for a second and yeah, so I found that you hook up a train and halfway around it derails. Not for any apparent reason, but we've just discussed and listed quite a few. Seems to be something in the tunnel. Yeah, there's something not set up properly under the tunnel there. The locomotive is catching on one of the support posts. So yeah, the problem with hooks and various types of connections, heights, how they work, you really have to consider what you're putting on your track, or make it a habit of going through regular maintenance on the on wagons and hooks and wheels, and could do a whole series of videos on that. I hope you're enjoying the series of reviews on the Model Railway Enthusiast magazine. You know, I've bought all these magazines when I first started seriously picking up locomotives, coaches, etc. And I found this magazine on sale, and I bought it religiously. So I've got quite a few here. And you know, my wife was saying, "Oh, I should get rid of all this stuff, including excess rolling stock." But I just found that difficult. And then I thought, well, why don't I do a series of these reviews? Tom, I'm not sure if you're referring to the Princess there. You have 8 of them. Yeah, they're beautiful, and I have a couple of old Trian ones that still run great. Now here's a perfect example. I've got this goods train coming around, and it's made up of a series of wagons from different manufacturers. Yeah, and the likelihood of derailment is immediate, because in this case, I just noticed that this fish van is missing a hook, and if you don't have 2 hooks on it, you're lost. So that's another one for repair. And for effect, I added in the brakeman in the back of that LMS brake van. So that's the 5 and 4 yeomanry. And as I said, it's got a variety of wagons behind it, all with the potential of derailing. But touch wood, it seems to be working okay. Put a spot of super glue on the end to stop them moving. Would that be to stop them moving laterally? I'm not quite sure about that. Wheel spacing. Oh, good for you, Clive. That'd be nice. I don't know if you were able to catch Barry Davis this morning. Got a bit of an echo here. Yeah, I was just going to ask for a test for the sound, but I'm getting the feedback. Yeah, I've just added in some earphones, I'm not really sure. Yeah, that's good. I'm just going to show you something here. Okay, so that's a decoder, as you can tell, and this is a 2468 pin cap or whatever it's called. Now, I inherited a few of these different sizes. Not sure what to do with them. One of you had said to me, well, Charlie, just install them in a local, that's the only way to test it. So I don't know if that's a Hornby or whatever, but I've got a brand new lens decoder. And what I was thinking of doing was taking this line here and making that a dedicated a DCC line. No, that's not nice, Bernie. That's coal. Anyway, on the same topic of DCC, I do have a Hornby Select controller. I bought it years ago when Pattons were having a sale of that digital set. I think you got a steam and diesel locomotive and a couple of wagons. And I bought the controller, and I think I bought a Hornby decoder. But the problem was I didn't get the power cord. So the power cord that comes with that package is it's a 15-volt input-output, and the pin size to connect to the controller is something like 6.1 by 3 millimeters. I was at an electronics parts store during the week there, looking for this, and I couldn't find one. Said, "Oh, that's Hornby. They get their own size," which, it's another level of complication being added. So my adventures into DCC are not going to happen anytime soon. Just because the bits and pieces aren't falling into place. I mean, I have a number of battery packs from old laptops, etc. But their connecting pin is just not the same size, So I'll just have to continue to explore. And there's no point trying to order one from UK because the likelihood is they would send me one with a plug for the UK, and secondly, the cost of posting that would probably be the same cost as the cable itself. So, never a dull moment. Yeah, Tom, that's a good idea. And in fact, another reason why I've squeezed this in today, we're going on a big cruise. It starts in Istanbul and ends in Rio de Janeiro. So I'm going to be offline for a number of weeks, just in case anybody's wondering what's happened to Charlie. That's when I'll find out who my true friends are. Clive, the layout is approximately 10 foot by 9 foot, roughly. And when I first built these tables, I had layers of foam all the way around the four sides, like on the perimeter, with the intention of adding in another couple of tracks. And if you look here, that was the level that I had installed. But I just found I had so many things to do to attend to that I thought, well, we'll shelve, no pun intended, that will shelve the upper layout and just concentrate on the main table. So that's where I'm at this point in time. We'll just do a little bit of walkabout here. I still haven't resolved this area here. I'm still playing with it to see what I'll end up with. The bridge is in, and I've put in my telegraph poles, or what's left of them. And what I'll do at the other end of the bridge, I'll try and put in some street scene up there. And not sure, I might move these buildings and the chimney to another location. Now, moving along here, the intention was that this would be a shuttle, and there's the equipment for the shuttle. All I have to do is install it. I'll get around to it at one point, hopefully sooner rather than later. And I've still to finish this area over here, and I think I'll build it around the bridge tunnel arrangement there with the road above, and see what I can come up with. Trying to get something else out here. 14 feet by 9 with 2 levels. Oh, that'd be nice to see. I'm not sure if. Uh, just Anyway, so one of the other issues, I don't have any of these points isolated, and I run into problems. Yeah, Clive, do that, please. I'd like to see that. So, as I was saying, none of the points are isolated, so I have to take great care when I do change them that I haven't missed any. But in addition, sometimes I find I get creep, for want of a better description. And, you know, before I know it, another locomotive has moved on the loops at the one end there that hadn't intended doing so. You know, I have thought of ripping part of it up, especially down at that opposite end there, and you know, trying to come up with something better. But I guess it will just take a little bit of time to think about that. Okay, so let's try this again. never a dull moment, indeed. Yeah, I'm never really sure if some of the issues I have are, it's not just about gauging, but it's also these couplings. There we go again, another calamity. Yeah, I'm not really sure what causes a change in the running. Everything seems to be pretty normal, and then all of a sudden it doesn't run so well. And as I say, it could be a combination of things, couplings, gauging, track. Never really quite sure. Yeah, Tom, I did see that and watched it with the intention of following up on it. And I will get around to doing that again. Anyway, I think I'm actually going to sign off, guys, because I've been on for a while now and it's not been the best of running sessions, had a few issues as you can see. But always good to have a chat and catch up, and that's the main thing. Yeah, the track setup, yeah. Yeah, I've got one of them around here somewhere. So as you see, there's a number of issues that really have to be addressed, and it's just a case of going at them one at a time. And I try to do that, but I like to get online and run some trains and let you see what's happening here. Anyway, coming to the end of the session, everything seems to be going quite well, and that's quite usual. So, once again, thanks very much for dropping by, and I'll see what I can get out next time before we head out, and we're heading out on at the end of the month, and then I'll be offline so we'll catch up. And yeah, thanks, Tom. And Mark, I'll try and do a Zoom call with you and chat about that topic. that would be interesting. Just let me know what a good time is for you, because I'm very flexible. And yeah, we'll see you all next time here at Partickhill Station. Thanks very much for dropping by. I know you've got other choices, so it's greatly appreciated. And we'll see you on someone else's station. Bye for now.